What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel Rippin60. So today we're going to go do some testing on the S&B intake system. We're going to see if it's better to run with the sealed cover or if it's better to run with the open cover. So yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and drop a comment down below. We're going to do some testing on my S&B intake system. It's the newer one, it's not the older one. Right now I got the hard cover on. We're going to see if it's more restrictive, if you get cooler intake temps, and then we're going to go ahead and throw this on there and see if you get, less restriction, what the intake temps are, if it's a better overall option. The way we're going to do our testing is, so you got your air filter restriction pressure gauge right here. That's what we're going to use. It's got 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100% clog. So we're going to do some pulls, pull over, check it out, and see what it gives us. I did make a slight modification to the front end of my truck just to try and get some better air in here through the little snorkel that it's got right here. What I did, I don't know if you can see it very well or not, but right here I went ahead and cut a hole out in that little fiberglass deflector that's behind the grill. I think it helps out, forces some air in there once you're moving. So yeah, that's the only difference is it's not 100% stock truck, but I'm sure our results are going to be pretty similar. Alright, so the way we're doing this test is I already cleaned my air filter. It's about 2 weeks old since I last cleaned it. So it's fairly clean. What we're going to do is go on the highway, get in 5th gear, get torque converter lockup, and then we're going to ease into it, get the boost pressures up, try to work the turbo as hard as we can to get as much suction on that air filter as possible, so that way we can see what our test concludes with the cover on. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright, so now we're on the highway. I'm going to show you my SCT scanner. So my air intake's on the bottom right, and my boost gauge will be on the left in the pod. So yeah, if you just want to watch that. Alright, so now I'm in 5th gear lockup, doing about 50 miles an hour. I'm going to roll into the throttle. Alright, so if you can tell, my air intake's 84 degrees right now. Cruising down the highway about 65 right now. My boost pressure's got up to, I think, 32 psi. Alright, so now we're pulling over. We're going to let the truck sit for about 10 minutes running so we can try to see what our intake temp is. It is currently 323, and my current intake temp is, let's see, 88 degrees right now. So we're going to sit here, wait 10 minutes, and see what it is after 10 minutes. Alright, so I've been sitting here for about 10 minutes. My intake temp is 108 degrees right now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off the truck. We're going to pop the hood, and we're going to see what the resistance gauge is reading. Alright, so there's the resistance gauge. Right now it's showing that the air filter is 50% clogged. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to throw on the open cover. Alright, so now I got the open cover on. So I'm going to reach down here, reset that gauge. We're going to go ahead and do this again. Alright, so now we're going to do a test with the open lid. I got it going about 55 miles an hour, and I'm going to do a quick pull and see what we get for air temps and our restriction. Alright, so my starting intake intake temp is 86 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick pull. Alright, so my intake temp is still 86 degrees, and I believe I got up to 35 pounds boost there. Alright, so we're going to pull over again, wait 10 minutes, see what our intake temp is after 10 minutes. Right now, it's sitting at 94 degrees, so it is currently 352, so we will see what it is after 10 minutes. Alright, so we've been sitting here about 10 minutes now. My intake temp went up to 128 degrees. So what we'll do now is we'll turn the truck off, pop the hood, and see what our air resistance was. Alright, so hood's popped, truck's turned off. You can see we got my open cover. Here's the resistance gauge. Doesn't look like it moved much, if any at all. It's below 25%. I'll go ahead and reset it, see if that indicator moves at all. Doesn't move at all. So yeah, that goes to show that running with the open cover has a lot less resistance than running with the cover. Alright, I hope you all like that test. So my conclusion from that test is, so running with the sealed cover, you are going to get cooler intake temps at idle. You know, is it substantial enough to make that big of a difference? I don't know. But you're going to have a lot more restriction whenever you get into it. I think what the restriction was 50%. And I got into it. I think the max boost I got out of that was 34% or 34 psi versus running with the open lid. We didn't get any restriction. Reset the gauge, didn't reset to anything because there was no restriction on the open cover. I got into 35 pounds of boost on that pull, and my intake temps while moving were 86 degrees. So yeah, personally I'd run the open cover because you get less restriction, especially when you get into it. The better the airflow, the more power. I can handle, you know, the higher temps at idle, because as soon as you start moving, those temps cool down, especially with the way I have my truck set up. I have the top of I have the front of the truck right there behind the grill. I have that hole cut out, so that way the snorkel, the intake is being fed all that cool air when the truck is moving. So I hope you all enjoyed that video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and if you have any other questions or want to see anything else, drop a comment down below. So y'all have a good weekend, and thank you.